This time around, I'm going to review 500 Days of Summer, a movie starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel. It's about Tom, who works in a greeting card office, a, and Summer, who starts working at the same office as Tom, and he instantly takes a liking to her. He realizes that she's different from every other girl he's ever met before. So he tries his hardest just to talk to her. And they begin to talk, and they begin to form a relationship, but as they begin to talk, they realize they don't want the same things out of life. Tom wants a serious commitment, and Summer doesn't even believe in true love. So right from the start, you can sort of see that they're destined to fail. And this movie's so interesting because it plays over 500 days, but it doesn't show it all in order. It flashes from like day 100 to day 499, back to day 60, up to 322. It's not about playing in order, it's about, Tom having this sort of sit down talk with his sister about the 500 days he spent with Summer and trying to tell this story. And what really makes the movie believable is that, he put his heart and soul into making this relationship work with Summer, and she sort of just threw it away and broke his heart, and he didn't know how to deal with that like normal people. He wasn't just magically cured and knew what to do with the rest of his life. He struggled to find who he was without her, and he fell in love with her and he got burned, and that happens. And to me, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who plays Tom, was Oscar worthy, despite the fact that he would have never gotten a nomination. He was better, and was he was much better than the people that did get nominated for Oscars and people who have been nominated in the past. And it was a shame that the award he was nominated for, which was a Golden Globe, he didn't win when a lot of people thought he would, because he pulls off this amazing performance. Just he makes Tom like your best friend. The guy you've gone to school with for your whole life, who just went through a major breakup and needs your help. And that's exactly why you can feel for Tom, because anybody who's ever been through anything like that knows exactly what he's feeling like. And I felt that Joseph Gordon-Levitt, being the actor he is, could just brought the emotion right to the role. Just went right for the most extreme emotion that he could possibly find, which is sadness. And I the movie had its humor too, which allowed Joseph Gordon-Levitt to sort of show his complete acting range, instead of just being this dark, moody drama. It had lighthearted bits, and his chemistry with Zooey Deschanel was just incredible. And she's she's a beautiful actress, to say the least. She's got this glow about her when she's on the screen, and together they were just they seem like the perfect couple. So as Tom and Summer went through a breakup, you sort of felt like this beautiful couple that had formed on the screen was falling apart, and you could instantly feel sadness for that reason. Tom and Summer built something from nothing, like most people do, and then when it all came crashing down, it was painful to watch. Tom was sad, and then Summer just seemed to be able to keep going. She sort of, kept trying to be friends with Tom and sort of get it all back together, and in the end, you realize that she wasn't ready for Tom, but she was ready for someone else, and so you sort of, that makes you feel even worse for Tom, because she said she didn't want to commit to him, and then she sort of, in the end, reveals to Tom that she's getting married, and it's sort of like this bitter sadness for Tom, because he put his heart and his soul into trying to make her, like trying to get her to commit to a long-term relationship, and she wouldn't do it, and then all of a sudden he finds out that she's getting married, and what do you do? And really, what honestly impressed me a lot about this film, and by no means am I trying to be sexist at all, but I really like the fact that Tom had feelings for Summer. He wasn't just painted as another arrogant douchebag dude who, slept with Summer and then ditched her and didn't give it. didn't give a crap about how she felt about it. Tom had real emotions, and you could see that progress throughout the film. You didn't like Tom didn't just say, "Oh, she was just another girl. I don't care about her." He was deeply hurt by what happened, like the events that took place in the movie, and to me that was just really great. And I don't mean anything bad by that, but I was just good. I was just happy to see that a romantic movie painted a man as being, genuinely affected by something bad that happened to him instead of just an emotionless, piece of crap. This is easily one of my favorite films because, the story was rich with emotion and the characters are people I felt like I'd grown up with my entire lives. They didn't have, they didn't have like it was just a movie about real people going through real life problems. Joseph Gordon-Levitt was probably the biggest star in the movie, and Zooey Deschanel, she's a well-known actress. She's better known for her music, and the supporting cast, which was led by Matthew Gregg Gubler from Criminal Minds. None of these people are, on all the billboards like Brad Pitt or Angelina Jolie. It's just like it's a solid cast who could, show their range and make these characters seem real and down to earth. And hands down, this film relied on its cast, like any other film. But unlike many films featuring big actors, the cast needed to be good for people to like this film. Because if you have the draw of a name like Brad Pitt or Johnny Depp, you even if their performance sucks, their name draws the people in. When you have Joseph Gordon-Levitt, nothing, no disrespect to him at all, he has to be extremely awesome to be able, for people to praise his performance. He had to be really great. Same with Zooey Deschanel and Matthew Gray Gubler. Both of them had to be really great for their performances to be recognized because they're not well known. You know. I just sort of feel like 500 Days of Summer is a lot different from your average romantic flick because like the narrator states right off the beginning, this is not a love story. It's a story of a boy who meets a girl, and there's just a lot of quotes in this movie that are really great, and a lot of quotes that you're gonna take from this movie, and a lot of the events in this movie are just so real, whereas like a lot of romantic comedies are just predictable, and you sort of can see the ending coming, where the couple meets in the rain and makes out at the end and everything's great, and they none of this shock there was none of that, oh, shocking revelation built on a lie sort of idea, where a romance is built on a lie only for the female or the male to find out the person was lying to them the whole time. So they break up only to have this shocking revelation that they need to be together or their life's not going to be the same. In the end, Tom and Summer didn't work out. Summer moved on. Tom had a hard time moving on. That's what life is like. Some people can move on easily, some people can't. It's not this happy everything's magically okay as soon as you break up. To- you know, Tom's feelings were painted on the screen by Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and there's nothing better than having your actor portray this entire set of emotions from happiness down to he's crying his heart out because this girl broke his heart. As far as I'm concerned, 500 Days of Summer will leave you with a mixed feeling. It'll make you laugh, it'll break your heart, and it'll even leave you on the verge of tears, to be honest. I really wish that there was more films of this caliber and just natural, well written, well acted, no action, no over the top action, just a solid story based film. And for me, this is one of the best films of 2009, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Zooey Deschanel should have won a ton of awards, but unfortunately, I don't get to pick who wins the awards, so I can only say that I think their performances were award worthy. So that's my review of 500 Days of Summer, and I hope that if you watch it, you enjoyed it as much as I did.